So I lost 25 pounds and saved hundreds of dollars within a span of 3 months by making three specific changes to my eating habits. And just as a disclaimer, I didn't make any changes to my normal workout regimen during this time. So if you're trying to lose weight, of course, I encourage you to not only change your eating habits, but also continue to work out. First thing I did was I stopped eating out and I cooked more. So main reason for that is because if you eat out at a restaurant, it might cost you easily, if it's you and another person, $50, and that usually is about 1 or 2 weeks worth of groceries. So you could look at it as 3 times 7. So if you're eating 3 meals a day and 7 days a week, that's 21 meals just for 1 week. So 21 meals versus 1 meal or 2 meals. If you're eating at a restaurant, it might not be worth it. So you're saving a lot of money if you choose to buy your groceries and cook at home. I know takeout meals usually cost you around $10, and I felt like $10 is safe to say that you could buy groceries for $10 and it'll last you for at least a day. So that's 3 meals versus 1 meal, and when you cook it's usually a little healthier. And with takeout, I feel like you win some and you lose some. Sometimes it's not the best meals. So if I'm going to be dissatisfied, I'd rather be dissatisfied with the food I cook rather than me going out and paying someone for it. The second change that I made that saved me money and reduced some inches off my waistline is the fact that I stopped eating after I was no longer hungry. So of course, a lot of us are raised under the premise that we're supposed to continue eating even though we're already satisfied. And I've learned that this isn't usually the best practice because we tend to overeat and we feel lazy after we're done eating and want to take a nap. So we're no longer productive throughout the day. So as you could probably discern, with this reduced consumption, I was able to save a lot of money because I was no longer eating the same amount of meals. So the third thing that I did, and probably the most impactful, was that I stopped eating late. And this actually stemmed from a conversation that I had when I was in Nigeria for work. And I was exercising next to a trainer, and I guess he noticed, that, I have decent arms or whatever, decent shoulders, and he asked me, said, "Hey Otis, do you eat late?" And I answered, maybe sometimes. And he said, "Yeah, like I can kind of tell because you have a little belly." So of course I was low-key offended, but I didn't take it out on the messenger. I thought, let me take his criticism, take it in stride, and try to implement changes because he may know what may have an idea what he's talking about. So I started implementing changes where I stopped eating, past 8, and it made sense to me just because, if ideally you would want to eat at 7, move around a little bit and get all the bad stuff out your system that's not helping your bodily functions, and then go to sleep, on a satisfied stomach, not an empty stomach because you ate earlier, rather than eating late, going to sleep on it and letting that stuff rest on your stomach for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours before you wake up in the morning. So it made sense to me, and it actually saved me a lot of money because I know when I go out with friends or when I'm out by myself, a lot of people enjoy getting those late night meals at past midnight. So, and people feel like they're really hungry, but I've noticed that when I'm drinking, and not only when I'm drinking, like because I've normalized this practice, even when I'm not drinking, that I don't really get that hungry at nighttime. So, you know, a lot of places overcharge when it's late. You know, a lot of the foods that you eat, they aren't that healthy, and you're spending money that if you could just go to sleep, you'll save a lot of money on the weekends or during the week if you just stop eating late. And let's say, you know, you feel like you can't go to sleep. This happens and you feel like you're on an empty stomach. You know, grab a healthy snack. Eat an apple. Eat a banana. Eat some nuts, or even eat some cereal. It's cheaper, and you know, it'll save your pockets. So yeah, that's the 3 things that I did to lose 25 pounds in 3 months. Of course, it's not advice. I mean, this is not strategic advice for you per se, but I believe if you try to implement these changes, you may have some positive results. So, as always, you know, like the video, comment on the video, tell me what you liked about it, tell me what you didn't like. If you had a different experience, please share, because a lot of us should learn from each other, start communicating more about finances and positive changes we made in life to impact one another positively. You know, let's do some constructive changing and be the change we want to see. So that's why I enjoy shooting these videos and talking with my friends and my family.